Good morning to all the third week of computer students. I am going to explain you about the labor chapter today. Okay, so in this labor chapter we have many formulas also. This is compulsory. It is question number in your final examination. It is going to be question number 10 as well as question number 2 in your part A, and in part B it is going to be question number 10. Yeah. So here the topic is about the labor cost. Okay. So in this labor cost, we are going to learn about the methods of remuneration and incentive system. So as we all know already, we discussed this topic. Labor cost is of two types. One is direct labor. Next one is a indirect labor. Direct labor, indirect labor. Two types of labor we have. So, direct labor are given as wages, indirect labor, salaries. This labor remuneration is compulsory as a working in the organization or institution or the company or whatever it is. So, we should know how the remuneration is given to this direct labor as well as the indirect labors. Okay. So, what is the meaning of remuneration? Why should we give? Because we are acquiring the services of the two types of labors, that is direct labor as well as the indirect labor. So, what is the remuneration? Meaning reward. We are giving the reward for labor. Why we are giving the reward for the labor? Because they are doing some service. That service is paid in the form of remuneration, in the form of money. That money measurement we call it as remuneration. So I repeat, remuneration is reward for labor and services that are done by the labor. So what is the meaning of incentive system? There are some conditions on what basis they are going to give the remuneration for the laborers. So that systematic flow or the conditions what they get to pay comes under incentiveness. So what is the meaning of incentiveness? To stimulate, okay, to encourage the employee to work efficiently. The effective person, ineffective person. The person who is hard worker, who is doing more number of outputs to the company or doing the less work to the organization should be differentiated. Okay, the person who preparing more output should be given more salary. When combined, it is one part of encouragement for this particular employee in order to check the efficiency of a particular labor. So, here incentiveness means what is? To stimulate or to encourage the employee to work effectively or efficiently. The methods you are giving the bonus or incentive plans for the employee along with the salary or remuneration comes under incentiveness. So, this remuneration is given on the basis of two types. I repeat, this remuneration is given on the basis of two types. You can see, I think, you are able to see. So here remuneration is written of how many types? Two types. First one is on the hourly basis they are giving the remuneration, and on the production output. Second method how they are giving the remuneration is production of the output or output basis they are giving the remuneration to the employees. So on the first basis, how many number of hours a labor worked, what is per unit for each number of hours for 1 hour, how much you are paying, that comes under labor hour basis. Okay, this system what you are following the method here, that method is called as a time rate system. Okay, in the remuneration we have two methods. What is the first method? First method is called as hourly basis. Second method is called as production or output basis. Okay, how many number of goods you produced per day of 8 hours comes under production or output basis. So under this hour basis we have time rate system, and the production of output basis we have the piece rate system. Which rate system you have is piece rate system. How many number of products you manufactured in a particular hour or in 8 hours of the work or within 1 hour of the work, or he gave you per day, per day how many number of units you produced. For each piece, for each product, he is going to fix some rate. Okay, the rate which is fixed for each piece, each particular product comes under piece rate system. Okay, time rate means how many number of hours you are working. You are working for 2 hours, or you are working for 4 hours, or 3 hours, or 8 hours. According to International Labour Organization, every individual should work for how many hours? 8 hours. Okay, according to the organization 8 hours, how many hours you work, depending upon the hours, here is going to give the rate means, wages means it comes under time rate system, piece rate system. So this piece rate system again is of two types. Piece rate system I am talking about. This piece rate system is again of how many types? Two types. What are the two types? First one is straight piece rate system. One method is what? Straight piece rate system. Here what is happening? Rate, particular product rate is fixed. Suppose you manufactured 10 products and he fixed that each product 2 rupees. If you produce 10 products, he is going to give 20 rupees. If you are producing 100 products, he is going to give 200 rupees. In this way, rate is going to be fixed for the particular product, comes under fixed piece rate system. Next one is differential piece rate system. Second method. Which method we are discussing about? We are discussing about piece rate system. This piece rate comes under output basis. This piece rate system is of two types, straight line method and a differential piece rate system. Differential piece rate system. This is based on the performance level of an employee, how best he is performing, how efficient work is doing for the organization. Okay, that is taken here, piece rate system. Clear? So this again, this differential piece rate system is divided into three types. Which method I am telling about? Differential piece rate system is again of how many types? Three types. First one is Taylor differential piece rate system. Okay, who is Taylor? He is one of the economists or a scientist who calculated this remuneration method on product production basis or output basis. So three main people were there. One is Taylor, one is Merrick, okay, and next one is Gannett. Three people took the responsibility for calculation. So in the first person is Taylor, differential piece rate system, Merrick, differential piece rate system, and Gannett task differential system. So how many methods we have is, actually remuneration is of two types, hourly basis, production output basis. Hourly basis given under time rate system and output basis given under the piece rate system. This piece rate system of two types, straight line piece rate and differential piece rate. Differential piece rate system is of three types. First one is Taylor, next one is Merrick, Taylor, differential piece rate system, Merrick piece rate system, and Gannett task system. Clear? So let's go for the problems here. So problem number 1 I wrote on the board, you can see very clearly. Okay, problem number 1 is written on the board, you can see here. So first question what he gave is, output of a worker A is how many units? 64 units in how many hours? 40 hours a week. In a week. In 1 week. In 1 week means how many days? 7 days. In 7 days, how many hours he is working? He is working for 40 hours. Okay. So in this 40 hours, how many units he is producing? He is producing 64 units. The point is clear. First point is clear to everyone, I think. Next. Guaranteed time rate is per hour. Okay, per hour, how many rupees is given? 5 rupees is given. Overall, how many hours a person is working? 40 hours in a week. That one point is clear. Next, in the order, two methods we are doing there. In the ordinary piece rate system, how much he is paying? He is paying 2 per unit. So two methods are there. One is hourly basis, second is the output basis. Okay. So here you see 2 per unit. How many units he produced? 64 units. Okay. For each unit it is 2 rupees. The point is clear to everything. So next, calculate. What he told us? He told us to calculate earnings of a worker A under two methods. One is piece rate system and the next one is a time rate system. Did you follow the question? He asked under two methods. One is piece rate system and next one is a time rate system. So we are going for piece rate system. When you go for the piece rate system, the formula is there. Number of units produced into piece rate. How many units he produced? Already I said. He produced 64 units. Okay. For each unit, how much he is paying? 2 rupees per unit he is paying. Okay. You can see here 64 into 2. How much it is coming to? It is 128 rupees. The point is clear. Okay. Next. Next you see time rate. Okay, under the time rate you can see what is the formula? Number of hours into rate per hour. And the time rate, what is happening is number of hours into time per hour. So how many units he produced? 40 hours he worked. Already I said you clearly that how many hours it is 40 hours. For each hour how much he is paying is. It is mentioned here, you can see once again it is 5 rupees. It is mentioned here it is 5 per hour. It is mentioned according to that only we are taking here, that is 40 into 5. It is coming to 200 rupees. Clear? So I am telling you people to note down this problem because it is very important. Please note down the problem. Okay. Will you note it down? I will give only 1 minute to note down the problem. Okay, 1 minute I am going to give you to note down the problem. Please all of you note down the problem neatly. We are in labor cost. We are dealing with which cost is? Labor cost. Very important. Okay. So note down the problem. The question is there in your textbook also. According to the question only I wrote. Please note down the formulas first. After writing the formulas, please do the problem. Please all of you do the problem. Note, everyone should note down the problem. I will check the notes after you are going to come back to the classes. I will check the notes once again. Please all of you note down the problem very neatly. So next we will go to the second problem. Second problem I wrote on the board for your sake. For all the third BCom computers, I wrote the second problem on the board. You can see it. Okay. The standard output. The standard output of a product has been fixed. The standard output of the product is fixed. At how many? 6 units. How many units is producing? He is producing 6 units in a day of how many hours? In a day of 8 hours. You can see here the standard output. Output means what? How many number of units he is producing. That output units are how many units is he is producing? 6 units in one day. One day means how many hours it is coming to? It is coming to 8 hours. Okay, wages is fixed. Wages is fixed. Wages is fixed for how many rupees? It is fixed to 12 rupees. Clear? So, what he told us to calculate? He told us to find out under piece rate system. Under piece rate system and under Hasley plan. Okay, under Hasley plan. So, Hasley plan and Rowan plan formulas I gave you for the assignment. So I request all the students to check the formulas from there and note down the formulas from there, all of you. You can see the problem. Second problem you are able to see. So what I will tell is, please note down Rowan plan, Haslett plan, all these formulas from the assignment work. So he told us to find out piece rate system and a Haslett, and the output is how many? 5 and 8 units. When the output is 5 units and 8 units. Okay. So here piece rate. Piece rate, previous problem you saw the piece rate here you can see. In the previous problem you wrote the formula. What is the formula in the previous problem you wrote is number of units produced into piece rate. So here number of units produced is given only 6 units per day. Okay, so we should calculate now. We should calculate. So how we are calculating? We don't know what is per day. Per day we don't know. So 12 fixed. How many? What is the cost? 12 rupees is given. How many pieces is producing in one day? He is producing 6 pieces in one day. That is, one day is how many hours? 8 hours. Okay, I request everyone to follow. He told that 6 units. 6 units in a day. This day how many hours is working? He is working for 8 hours of a day, and this whole 8 hours, this for one day, he is paying 12 rupees. But we don't know for one piece what is the cost. So that is the reason we are dividing 12 units, 12 rupees divided by 6 units. This is rupees, 12 rupees divided by how many units is producing? 6 units is producing. Okay, 12 divided by 6, if you do, how much you got? You got 2 rupees. For how many units? For 1 unit. You are getting 2 rupees. So how many units he produced? Output was how many units? 5 units and 8 units. Under which plan? Haslett plan. Okay, so 5 units into 2. 5 into 2 rupees if you do, how much you are getting? You are getting 10 rupees. Same way, 8 into 2 rupees if you do, how much you are getting? You are getting 16 rupees. That is according to which rate system? That is according to piece rate system. Here, according to the piece rate system, here clearly he did not give what is the rate per unit. So we calculated the rate per unit here. Okay, so 12 rupees divided by 6 units, you got 2 rupees per unit. 5 into 2, 10 rupees. 8 into 2, it is 16 rupees. Next one is Haslett plan. According to Haslett plan, if you do, there is a formula for the Haslett plan. The formula is, meanwhile you note down, I will tell you that. So Haslett plan formula is not given here. So meanwhile you note down the problem. So Haslett plan for 6 units, the standard time is how many? 8, that is 2 rupees. Okay, you can see here what I am doing the problem here. Can you see what I am doing now the problem? Which plan we are doing is Haslett plan for 6 units. Standard time is how many? 8 hours. Okay, 8 hours into 8 units. Okay, divided by 6 is equal to how much you are getting? You are getting 10.67 hours. So how many hours he is working is 10.67 hours he is working. Okay, rate per 8 hours. For 8 hours, how many rupees he is giving for 8 hours? He is giving 12 rupees for 8 hours. Okay, so rate per hour is how you are doing 12 divided by 8. 12 divided by 8. If you do, how much you are getting? 1.50. Rate per hour. Rate per hour. Rate per hour, how much you are getting? 12. How you got 12? For whole day, for 8 hours, it is 12 rupees. Okay, for 1 hour, how much? We are calculating here. 12 divided by 8, if you do, you are getting 1.50. Okay, 1.50 into that is 8 hours if you do. Okay, you are getting 10.67. Clear? So this is a second problem in your textbook. So please all of you note down this problem now. I request everyone to note down the problem. It is very clear. The problem is clear. So please all of you note down the problem. Did you follow? Please note down the problem, all of you. It is compulsory to note down. Many people are not noting down the problem, and later on you say that you are not able to understand. So I wrote the important points of the question also. After writing the question, I clearly wrote and the piece rate as well as the Halsey. So first you note down and the piece rate, then you note down under the Halsey. First all of you note down under the piece rate. Then you note down under the Halsey plan. So Halsey plan also you are able to see now. This is second problem. This is second method under the second problem. So please note down the Halsey method also. Clear? Over. So I'll show you once again the starting of this class. That is. So once you note down how many methods we have is labor cost and methods of remuneration. We have two methods. You can see here how many methods are there. Remuneration is of two types. How many types? Remuneration is there. Remuneration is of two types. One is hours based. Second one is production and output basis. And the hours we have the time rate system. Next under the production we have the piece rate system. And this piece rate system is of two types. Standard piece rate system. It is also called as a fixed rate system. And next one is a differential piece rate system. This differential piece rate system is based on what? It is based on the performance level. It is based on the performance level of the individual. Okay. Next, this differential piece rate system is of three types. How many types it is there is? Three types it is there. First type is what is? Taylor. Okay. First type you can see Taylor differential piece rate system. Next one is a Merrick differential piece rate system. Third one is a Gannett piece rate system. So please all of you note down this also. I am giving the time for your people to note down this, and it's a request to everyone that he should note down this. Please note it down, all of you. So once again I am showing you problem number 1. Who missed the problem number 1 can note down the problem number 1 once again. Problem number 1, all of you note down. Showing it clearly. Problem number 1, all of you note down. Problem number 1 is over means you can see also down it is there. It is also here. Time rate. Next problem number 2. Problem number 2 also please all of you note down. This is the first part of problem number 2. Second problem is over. See, second problem still it is there here. Please note down correctly all of you. Second problem still the continuation is there. So what I request is, I request all the students to listen this classes and try to concentrate because the exams are going to come and you should concentrate on the exams also. And hope you people already 4 units I covered all the problems, maximum problems I covered in the 4 units. So I request all the students to practice this 4 units, be perfect in the remaining 4 units also. Okay, remaining third problem I will tell you tomorrow. Thank you.